Hello, my name is Benny Bartholomew Benson. You may know me as Dallas's uncle. Yeah, you've seen me in a couple of his other videos. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, today it's just like little old me, just like the last time I was on here. Except this time I'm not going to be playing a game. This time I'm actually going to be reading to you some video game reviews. Because, I mean, there's some pretty ridiculous ones. And Dallas actually wanted me to read something, or tell you something, I don't know. I have it written down on my hand. I'll just go ahead and tell you. This video is not my uncle making fun of the people who wrote these reviews. We just thought that they were very funny and we're not making fun of the opinions that other people had. Yeah, you can keep telling yourself that. Alright, let's read some pointless video game reviews. Is that good? Okay, perfect. We're going to start off with a game that is known as The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is a game that he really likes a lot. I personally hate it. I think it's one of the worst games I've ever played. And when I say he, I'm referring to my nephew Dallas. You obviously... Is my collar working? I'm of course referring to my nephew Dallas, Arc the Penguin, you know, whatever you know him as. This loser right here. I heard we look alike. I personally don't see it. Breath of the Wild is a bad game, but he loves it, and so I thought I would read a positive review of it. But I saw one thing in here that'll definitely grind his gears, so let's read it. Best game I've ever played. So awesome, no cap. Okay, we also appreciate the fact that this person got mixed an apostrophe with quotation marks. Can we acknowledge that? Almost everything about this game is perfect. This was my first Zelda game, and I'm addicted to this game and everything in it. The music is beautiful and fits every moment in the game. The characters are amazing. The open world is great. Puzzles and shrines. And shrines? Not and. It's just an. Just an. Are so cool. I wish I could get the DLC pack. Isn't it like 20 bucks? The Divine Beasts are so cool. I also love how over time, Zelda evolves with Link and confesses her love at the end. She doesn't confess her love. When did she confess her love? At the end? She doesn't confess her love. Yeah, I may hate video games, but yeah, don't think I haven't played through Breath of the Wild. My nephew would literally murder me if I didn't. Because I had the option to, and I tried to say no, but he tried to kill me. I've seen the ending. She doesn't confess her love to him. Literally, all she says to him, she looks him in the face and says, "Link, do you remember me?" Because Link got, like, dementia in it, because, boom, like, I don't know, Ganon killed him or something like that. No, it was the Guardian. The Guardian shot him in the face, or tried to, but then Zelda said no, and stopped him. And at the end, so the whole game is building up to, you gotta collect these horrible memories. Not interesting in the slightest. You have to collect these memories so you can remember her, so you can remember who she is. And at the end, she not once says, "Oh, Link, by the way, I love you." No, she doesn't do it! My inner nephew is coming out. My inner Dallas. I'm so ashamed of myself. I hope Link and Zelda are a thing in the sequel. Yeah, me too. They're probably gonna do it. First M-rated Zelda game? Possibly AO? Maybe? All the enemies are amazing, too. Oh, amazing, too. All the enemies are amazing, too. Even if some are hard, they're still great. The backstory is great. To sum it all up, it's the best thing that's ever existed. Can't wait any longer for Breath of the Wild 2 and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity to come out. You know, after reading this, Jesus! After reading this, I could kind of tell, like, this is just somebody who heard how, like, popular Breath of the Wild was, and just was like, okay, I want people to respect me and think that I like it, so I'm just gonna throw together some review and just not going, because it's like they just saw how popular it was and was like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, I'm not gonna play it because it's 60 bucks, so I'm just gonna throw together some review and put it online. Because they don't go into detail about anything, and a lot of the details they actually get wrong, like the whole Zelda confessing her love to Link, and also the fact that it's the best thing that's ever existed, and also the fact that they say no cap. That hurt me on the inside. No. You all already know this, but my nephew's a pretty big Pokemon fan. That's kind of how he got his start on here. He uploaded a video on how to make like ways to create your Pokemon theme, whatever it is. One of his favorite games ever is Pokemon Red and Blue. So that's exactly what we're going to be reading a review from. And this is a 1-star review, so he's not going to be happy about this. Ew. This game is horrible with an already abysmal Gen 1 fanbase. The gameplay is broken even by RPG standards from the 1990s. And it's already a true fact. The graphics look like somebody who just failed art class in elementary school and made Baldi's education game look aesthetically pleasing to the human eye. It's pixels. How are you gonna do? It came out in 1997. How are you gonna make that look good? It's a freaking Game Boy game. Moves had a random chance of failing. So many glitches. Not even Team Rocket can fix all of these enjoyment-depriving glitches, like the infamous glitch Pokemon. I have many nightmares about this generation, and I've undergone quite a few psychiatric assessments relating to this generation of Pokemon about once per 30 days, but this 4-bit mess keeps me from enjoying what was the popular franchises of the 90s. One game keeps you from enjoying everything that came out in the 90s? My nephew refers to people who only care about graphics as graphics Nazis. Graphic Nazis. That's what it was. Graphic Nazis. He is not a graphic Nazi because he can play games that don't look good and find enjoyment in them. So this is going to get him very mad. What's about to happen? Oh man, this is good because this is the rest of the review from what I can tell. It's just complaining about the graphics. There were less than a few cute Pokemon, and future generations got us what we truly deserved. More cute Pokemon. And better graphics and gameplay. Once again, back to the graphics. It has no story. Okay, I hate this game, but it has a story. It has a what? No character development. It's a Pokemon game. What do you expect? It has no cutscenes. No cutscenes? You're gonna complain about a Game Boy game that has no cutscenes? It's a Game Boy game that came out in 1997. I agree. It should have had cutscenes. 0 out of 10. Bad game. As for the strangest, deranged sprite art for certain Pokemon, it made my depression even worse compared to horrible games I've seen like Superman 64, Spider-Man on Game Boy, Action 52 for NES, etc. All of those are old games. They're all old games. There's nothing new. Because there's no such thing as a new game that's bad. And let's not forget that the difficulty of this game simply rivals with the likes of Zelda 2 Adventure of Link for NES. You might be better off with the cutest electric rodents like Pichu, and having preference of these cutest rodents over that ugly Pika of a yellow rat. I recommend other great generations of 2 through 6. If you're looking for better options, I thought it said opinions. My nephew would like to look for better opinions. To me, this is exactly what I agree with this. Or creativity with your dream team, like a team full of fairy-type Pokemon. Why would you want a team full of fairy-type Pokemon? Otherwise, stay away from these games, please. As far as possible, because this game slips past quality assurance testing. If you're also looking for the best possible experience as a trainer or an elitist, try Emerald or Pokemon Platinum. Huh. Well, if my nephew were here, he would say, you're comparing a Game Boy game that released in 1997, probably before you were even born. Because if you're going to be complaining about the graphics like that, then you probably weren't even born before it came out. To a game like Pokemon Platinum, which came out in 2006. And you're also going to be complaining that there's no cutscenes in it, when it's, like I said, a Game Boy game that came out probably before you were born. But since I'm here, I agree. One of his least favorite games of all time is Fallout 4, which is stupid because it's a good game. It's a good game, and not lazy, and not shallow, and definitely not bad. Fallout 4 is an amazing game, featuring the most complex character creation system in gaming history. What? Oh, it's in gaming history. Fallout 4 sets the bar for physically developing your characters. No, it doesn't! You literally have a backstory. You're given a push, much like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You're given, if my nephew, okay. Woo! Okay, if my nephew were here, what he would say is, much like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, if you are given a character with a backstory and a set personality that you can change, you can choose who they want to be. But you don't, because it's a set character. You already know who they are. Like, they already have a set personality. And both Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Fallout 4 do this horrendously. They say that you choose who you want your character to be, but in reality it's not. It's just dialogue options for the point of dialogue options, just to create the illusion that you're creating something. But since I'm here, I agree. You can also make edits as you progress through the story, like adding battle scars and possibly a beard. You can do the same thing in any Elder Scrolls game. You truly become emotionally attached to your character. I can honestly think of no protagonist in video game history more iconic than Fallout 4 Soul Survivor! You can't think of any other character. Not one character. You can't think of any other one. Not one character that is more iconic than the Fallout 4 protagonist. Not one! These are the most I agree. That was rough. It gives you a special feeling that you made something great. You didn't make it. You were given. It's. The game has a huge open world where you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. The story is also completely non-linear. I'm about to lose it. Or let me rephrase it. My nephew is about to lose it. I'm not about to cry. I'm fine. It's just an opinion. The companion system is the best in any Bethesda game yet, rivaling Mass Effect in times of depth. If my nephew were here, he would probably have a gun to his head. But since I'm here, I agree. It's not that bad. Each companion has their own amazing personalities, with quests and rich lore to complement these qualities. You can even enter relationships with certain followers, which is a really neat feature. Even the German Shepherd follower is very memorable and fleshed out. Okay, wait a second. Okay, if the German Shepherd follower is so memorable and fleshed out, what's his name? If he's so memorable and if my nephew was here, he would ask that. If he is so memorable and fleshed out, what's his name? But since I'm here, I agree. The best thing about Fallout 4, however, is the powerful voice acting. The first time in a Fallout game, your character is fully Is that the first time in a Fallout game? The voice actors did phenomenal performances, giving you this truly deep and emotional experience. And with this, your character truly comes to life. The main story brought me to tears, and several side quests were the most memorable experiences I've ever had in a video game. All in all, I rate Fallout 4 a solid 10 out of 10. If you were a fan of Skyrim or recent Fallout titles prior to 4, I'm sure you're gonna love this game. It's truly a masterpiece, and it's worth experiencing. If my nephew were here, he'd say Fallout 4 is one of the laziest excuses for a AAA title to ever come out. But since I'm here, it's the greatest game I've ever played in my entire life. We're gonna do a review, or I'm gonna read a review from my nephew's favorite video game of all time, Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. Alright, this is gonna be a pretty short one, so here we go. Alright, ready? It is the best game ever. It's better than Fortnite. Trust me. Ni no Kuni 1 is the best, but Ni no Kuni 2 is not as good. But the thing that is Ni no Kuni 1 is getting a remax. Wait, what? The thing is that Ni no Kuni 1 is getting remastered, so I am happy that other players can try the best game experience. So is my nephew. So those are some of the most retarded video game reviews. Probably just reviews in general.
probably ever made.
There's nothing that I hate more than helping out my nephew, but you know, this gives him a life, so he can't find one else anywhere. I told him he could start doing stand-up, but he didn't listen because he's a piece of